back to another Throne Thursday. These are your daily tarot cards for Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. Trying to get better with the dates. We cannot get away from this Justice card or this Emperor card. I'm telling you, it's just like every single deck for this week, last week, it's just like, dang, this Justice card keeps coming forward. So I already pulled for IG, so I already know the meaning of this. Both cards are talking about financial security, financial support. I remember how I said that there was going to be a judgment overturned. So speaking from my experience, for myself as an example, they were talking about how something getting overturned from the past. So I feel like more clarity is here. So with myself, speaking of my late husband, fighting for the estate, I was going through widow fog, so I couldn't think clearly. I was grieving, and I had I swear it felt like the world on my shoulders because we had to move. We had to do the X, Y, and Z. I don't want to get into detail, but those of you that have followed me for the past over the year have known what my trial basically has been, my trials and my tribulations. So I feel like with this is that with this overturnment, it's like they're saying healing is finally going to take place. Maybe because I'm with myself in my shoes, it's like able to speak my truth. But I feel like justice is finally going to be served. I feel like the scales are tipping in our favor. With the Emperor, they speak, same thing. There's financial support, financial security. They're talking about signing a contract, even with the Justice. I feel like this is either you're signing a contract for a new home for for renting or for owning, but I do see a legal contract being signed. So I feel like you're making a move. But again, I feel like this is because you weren't able to make decisions clearly back then, now you're able to, because you don't have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't have all this things that are going through your mind in a mile a minute, and then this extra thing being like, here's another thing for you. You're dealing with a million things. Here's another thing just to plop on your head. It's just a miscarriage of justice, basically. But I feel like there's some sort of way that things are going to be settled. I don't know how, but they're saying healing from this. So I feel like maybe speaking your truth. So getting into this, we have justice. So justice, action, decision, clarity, perception, balance. His sword stands for retribution and the scales and mercy. Justice and action. The man who passes the sentence should swing the sword. So I'm just going to read the little tidbits here, but I will. It's not that I've lost my train of thought, but it's just that. So our own justice and is willing to execute it. So for myself, willing to say the things that I couldn't say back then because basically my fate was in their hands. So now it's like I'm able to say X, Y, and Z because I am no longer tied to those people. So they're saying that X1 represents 11, two numbers of equal value. So that's where you get the scales balance. And so the symbolism of balance, equality, and choices. A decision goes in your favor, and you are judged fairly, provided you are deserving. So this keeps coming up that you are deserving. Karma keeps coming up to play. We know till September 27th that we have our karmic connections connected to us. Immediately while I was reading this for IG, they brought up the Oracle and the Souls tarot deck that I got, and this knight, I can't remember his name exactly, but this knight steps forward, and he's like, if you are true to this, then you will get justice in your way. They're talking about, were you selfish? Were you self-serving? Were you are you putting your wants and needs above everyone else's? Whereas I was like, if you take it, Game of Thrones kind of way, it's like bend the knee. And I did bend the knee because it's like, well, I can't handle this. This is too many things on my plate. Can you please take this one thing off my plate? And they basically kind of, swung the sword, and if you want to take in, terms of this, it's like cut off my head, basically. And it's just like, I feel like now, I'll be able to swing the sword, So they're talking about a miscarriage of justice here. Your success should also be in test, interviews, and negotiations. This is where I saw, I'm at a wooden table, it's glossy. I'm sitting in an office chair, like one of those chairs that you could rock back and forth. They're swinging and they have wheels underneath. So an office chair. So I feel like you're signing documents. Past mistakes or arguments are laid to rest. So I feel like you're able to say what you need to say. And you should tell them if they try to interrupt you and say, like, that was the past. No, it's not. You need to get that off your chest, and that way it'll be laid to rest. In all matters, you you act according to your consciousness and for the higher good. The card also signifies improved finances, support, and good advice. The spiritual aspects of this card sees you connected with the divine guidance, signing contracts, legal issues. Then that's what I was saying, like, even with the Emperor is Aries. Emperor is fire sign, so you see the red all over him. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So if a fire sign coming into play here, a male, this could be a father, this could be a brother, this could be an uncle. This is someone in your life that is a male influence in your life. Unfortunately, mine are both passed, so, someone I used to feel like that was kind of person, it's like, no, thank you. But I feel like with the two of them together, I feel like this is like you're moving into a new home. You're signing the lease for that. I also feel like this miscarriage of justice that happened before is going to go in your favor. It's left this bitter taste in your mouth, but it's just like, you know what? It's done. It's over with. Let's move forward. And that's what I basically did. I said, obviously what happened was not right. And I'm like, I'm moving forward because it's like, I can't do nothing to change it. That's just the past. That's why I don't look in the past. Remember they were showing us you're in the driver's seat and you see whatever has affected you in the past getting smaller and smaller and smaller, so it no longer affects you. So it's just like, you know what? It is what it is, and move forward. And it's just like never being vulnerable to those people again. So now we move on to the Emperor. Authority, protection, support, courage, order, structure. So when they mention structure, it's not the structure that you feel like, you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, wash your face, go for breakfast, go upstairs, get dressed, get ready, go to work, go to school. This is structure of a home. So just reading the tidbits again. So they're saying his courage earns him power and respect. So this is where I feel like the karma comes in. Everything you've done, being selfless. And remember, we kept getting priorities. Who are your priorities? Make sure you get your priorities straight. So you know what I mean? Putting your children first, if you have children. Putting yourself first. Putting up those boundaries. Your boundaries are a priority. Because people should not feel like they are able to walk all over you. So, 1V means stability and structure. 4 is like a square. So this is where I go again. You know what I mean? The square of the home, structure. As all sides are equal and there's no points of weakness. So we know 4s in tarot are always issues with the home. So the 4 pillars, like the 4 of Wands. So it's the 4, like, back in the day, the 4 pillars of the home, and you build your structure around those pillars, and that's your home. So this is where I feel like there's something going on with the move and you're signing a contract. The Emperor denotes the father, husband, male partner, and other influential males. In aspects to situations, the card gives a yes to questions related to finance, work effort, and projects. It shows that disputes are resolved. So again, disputes are resolved. Both cards talk about that. This card also signifies support, trust, and order after a period of chaos or uncertainty. So this could go again, the chaos that ensued after this judgment was, done unfairly. As he is paired with the Empress, which is the number 3, the Emperor can represent a committed relationship. So again, the 4 pillars of the home. Who's your home? Who's in that home? What is the structure of your home? Meaning like your husband, wife, children, you and your partner, whatever. The Emperor could represent committed relationships, making the right decision. So I feel like what were your choices? What were your choices with everything going forward? Did you do things for the betterment of everyone, or did you be selfish and sit there and put yourself first? So I feel like it's like time to pay the piper. I feel this is the time coming up. So we have sensitivity as our first card from the Archangel Oracle cards. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. I feel like that too with the full moon. I really felt very strong with that. We also have comfort. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So again, coming to a resolution, making a conclusion of this miscarriage of justice that happened here. But I feel like you're going to reap your rewards. If you did everything positively, you could see where you were, like with myself, I could see where I was 3.5 years ago to where I am now. And I could see the huge difference. And it's just like, but I'm no longer allowing those people that sat there and hindered me and my children to come back into my life. Because it's like, at my lowest of the lows, I'm not going to forget what you did. But I'm always going to be indebted to those people that stood by me or had my back. When I didn't have a backbone, they were my backbone. So clear cognizance is our last card. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. We have to watch our words too. I remember I was out in the garden, and it was kind of like, my soul speaking to myself that something Shane had passed or something. And I'm like, no, I would never wish harm on him. Like, I would never say that. I would never wish harm on him. But I feel like it was like, after I had this dream of my father that has passed many years ago, I feel like he was coming to me trying to warn me that something was physically wrong with him. And I was just, I went and confided into a friend, and they're like, oh, it's only because you watch The Walking Dead. But little did I know, it's actually the gift that I've been pushing down and suppressing for so long was actually saying, now it's time to wake up. We're giving you the signs and symbols. They gave me many signs and symbols, and I doubted myself because this human being said, no, it's because you watch The Walking Dead. So it's like they said, watch your words, watch your ideas, because they are answered prayers. So in some sense, you're asking for guidance, and they're giving you the guidance. But you also have to be willing to open your eyes and not let other people influence you. Like we had with the Wonderland deck, those three parties trying to influence your life. And it's like, don't let them, that's where those boundaries, that structure comes into play here. So hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Throne Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. And we'll see you guys for the next one.